That look and you know people have bad news to tell you? I guess they had to cut this trip short. Really, nigga? Man, if you don't get your camera... Bruh, get out of here, man. Shit. That's a spear in his chest.
Get down, get down. Wait.
Oh my god. Who? My skin. Do not show that on the screen again, please. Is it what happened to her? Oh my god, that is disgusting.
Are you ready?
So you guys ready for a new season? I know I am. Mad men, we got 2 seasons to go. Can't stress enough how much I love Mad Men. Can't stress enough. It's a good, nice show to dissect, compare. All the good stuff that I love about doing reactions is present when I'm watching Mad Men. So whether you enjoyed the journey with me or not, you still watched. So I'm guessing that you actually enjoyed it, whether it's to rebut my points or just to enjoy somebody else watching something that you like, or you agree with me with my point of view on certain things. Thank you. You know, thank you. Season 6 is here. Don't forget to like and comment, and if you want to just finish out watching the show, there's always Patreon. You can go and watch the rest of the episodes that I've reacted to, and also watch the review for the show as well. Let's jump into the reaction, and I will see you guys right after for the review. Strap in, boys. Okay, who's dying?
That's it, hang in there.
Midway in our life's journey, I went astray from the straight road, woke to find myself alone in a dark wood.
How long has it been? I can't get too suntan, they'll fire me. You know what? Who cares what time it is?
She filming?
This is real Hawaiian food, but of course at the Royal Hawaiian we try to treat every guest like they're...
I'm sure it is. Must take a lot of work to stand out in paradise.
Excuse me, Corinne, I hate to bother you. I mean, I know your
Corinne.
name's not Corinne.
Megan, Calvin.
Oh my goodness, I'm really bothering you. You're so much trimmer than you are on TV. Do people tell you that?
No.
I mean, I watch a few, and you're obviously on vacation.
It's okay.
Well,
Thank you so much.
would you mind
Did
signing
she
an
actually
autograph
get
to
a
my
role?
niece? She's a bigger fan than I am.
I'd be delighted.
Why does Don face look like smell that freaking skunk?
Can't believe Victor won't acknowledge you.
Well,
It's just
we'll
the
see what
character. Jesus, calm down, lady. Showing off a lot of skin in this episode. Megan, what's going on? Has Don said anything since this episode started?
Hey, Galloway, you want another? Gotta get a tall beer. Chop, chop. So, mister, moved it up? Well, you're either dead or you got great balance.
Take
Hey.
a vow of silence?
Were you in service? I got the same one. What branch?
Army.
You can say that again. Korea?
Briefly.
Was Korea like this? Because I'll tell you. They offer you R&R in Honolulu. And you think, did anybody notice it's the same place? But I'm glad to be here. I can tell you that. On your anniversary. Folks have been pretty friendly. After all the shit that went on last summer stateside, I was looking for a fight. That'd be classy. Showing up with a black eye. This is my bachelor party. I'm getting married tomorrow.
Congratulations, let me buy you a drink.
Nah, I got a shitload of combat pay. Let me buy you one. You some kind of astronaut?
I'm in advertising.
We got this 50 caliber machine gun, the M2. You should see what it does to a water buffalo. Oh my lord. I could paint this place red. Ceremonies at 0800, 4 hours or so.
In Vietnam.
8 months. Someone told her married guys live longer because they got something to live for. She's from San Diego. She's Mexican. She met me halfway in Hawaii. I met her halfway by getting married. Were you married when you were in Korea?
No.
And you made it? Listen, Lieutenant, what do you say we get into some trouble?
No.
PFC Dinkins, by the way.
Don,
So how do you feel about giving away the bride?
you don't think your friend's gonna make it?
Nah, he's my best man. And I don't want some hotel employee being her dad.
So you choose a stranger instead? It's the same thing, you dummy.
There's
Plenty of GIs here. Someone else you know?
Who gave your bride away?
I'd love to help you out, but you don't even know me. I think you'd regret it later.
I believe in what goes around comes around.
Okay, bro.
One day, I'm gonna be a veteran in paradise. One day, I'll be the man who can't sleep and talks to strangers.
It's the same way I would be looking at this dude. Huh? They're showing side boob, everything. Megan just out here this episode, huh? And I'm pretty sure Sally's now a teenager. And Betty's still fat.
I'm so sorry, officer. It's very hard to see.
That's why you have to drive slower.
I promise I will do that in the future.
You may not be aware, but this is Betty Francis, my son. Henry Francis, he works in the mayor's office.
I work for New York State. We got our own mayor.
I'll do without your sarcasm, young man, if you don't mind. I think all concerned will be very content if you issue a stern warning and let us be on our way.
I'm trying to avoid taking you off the road with a shovel. She's driving like a maniac. Yell at her.
I hate cops.
Nonsense, they're just doing their job.
Well, they're too enthusiastic.
Okay. I don't understand the joke.
Betty got a ticket.
For what?
I thought it was going to be speeding, but apparently it's reckless driving.
I want you to tell your wife that invoking your name in an interaction with a state trooper is nothing to be ashamed of.
It barely works for me. What did he do?
He was verbally abusive.
Give him the ticket, he'll fix it. He does it for everyone.
You know how I fix those tickets? I pay him.
Can you open it?
Would you play a little?
I don't know. Please? It makes me feel so much.
Who is this?
Disgusting.
Is this his...
Don't let them force you.
Have you been playing long?
Going to Juilliard next semester.
Why didn't you tell me we were in the presence of a prodigy?
15's not a prodigy.
Who is this kid? I know it's not Henry's daughter. Because I don't remember him having a daughter this young. Sally is probably jealous. Probably. That's what I'm thinking, that she's a little jealous.
Warm. I did not miss this. How are you feeling?
Let me in there.
Oh.
Open his coat. Sylvia, call an ambulance.
What the heck?
Let me get those.
I'm surprised you're back at work.
Oh, the missus couldn't wait to get me out of the house. Oh, wait, since you came with your script yesterday.
What the heck was that just now?
I got you a pretty nice bottle for Christmas and...
Well, I hope we got Dr. Rose in a case.
You're so calm from all that violin.
Plays beautiful.
You and Bobby had the same look on your face when she was playing. She's a year older than Sally. Shame on you.
No one would blame me for leaving you for a teenage musician.
She's just in the next room. Why don't you go in there and rape her? I'll hold her arms down.
Betty, what the hell?
You said you wanted to spice things up. Will it ruin it if I'm there? You know what? If you want to be alone with her, I'll put on my house coat and take Sally for a ride. You can stick a rag in her mouth and you won't wake the boys.
All right. All right, Betty.
My goodness. You're blushing.
Okay, ew, in so many ways? Why? Talk about taking a joke too far.
Are you gonna have something?
How old is this kid?
I'm trying to reduce.
Why don't you just be the way you are? You're beautiful.
That's charming and you know it.
Yeah, she used to be beautiful.
My mother wore a girdle all the time.
I'm not into
She
the
always had a
fact.
stomach ache, and I always thought I'd rather have a stomach ache just so Dad will like you.
So it is his daughter.
My mother passed away a few years ago, and I understand. This time of year is the hardest. Oh dear. We're happy to include you in our family.
I can't go to Juilliard.
I know how you're feeling. I was older than you, but I remember when I went to Bryn Mawr, I was terrified. But then the minute
I didn't get in.
Oh, so you're lying.
Oh, of course you'd lie about that.
Yikes.
So you'll try again next year. Tell everyone you wanted to finish high school.
It's incredible how fast some people come up with lies. I'm old for a violinist, at least for one as good as I am. I don't care. All I wanted to do was go to New York. But it'll be too late. My feet are already in wet cement.
Plenty of girls do just fine without Juilliard.
You go to college, you drop out, you get married, struggle for a year in New York while he learns to tie a tie, and then move to the country and just start the whole disaster over.
That's an arrogant exaggeration. You have so much.
I didn't ask for it, and I don't need it.
You don't need it. You know what it's like to have nothing?
Do you?
Why do you keep insulting me? I'm trying to help.
No, aren't you curious? There are people in the village. I read about it, and I even visited them.
You went to the city alone. Sally go with you?
No, but you told me you went, that you were a model.
And I lived with 5 girls in 2 rooms and ate soup out of cans. It's not glamorous.
I bet it was great.
It was different back then. There weren't all the riots and robberies. Do you watch the news?
I visited this building right off St. Mark's Place, and the kids are just living, and it's beautiful. You know, people are naturally democratic if you give them a chance.
Are you a dope?
No. But
I'm done. Betty is such a parent, man. Like, you can't, that's something that you can't take away from her. It's like, no matter what, she's still a mom at the end of the day. Because not only parents, but in general, when parents just hear you talking a bunch of nonsense, it's the exact question that they will ask you. Are you on drugs?
it's 2 years.
Hardly a jail sentence. You know, you're not my child, so there's no reason for me to say this. But I go to the symphony quite a bit, whether I like it or not. And I'm certain that you are talented.
Yeah, she's really good. Better than most. I mean, I've never played, well, I have played string instruments, but not.
What's that camera you guys are selling?
Leica. Like everybody else, I only know by the price. Come by. I got a closet full. I'll give you one.
Come on, I'll pay for it. I might just come by. You owe me.
You can come by right now.
Be in surgery till 2. Maybe after.
You come by my office, I get to go to yours.
Another glorious morning, Dr. Rosen.
No good deed.
You look tan. Did you have fun? I'm Bob Benson. I'm upstairs in accounts. We spoke at the Christmas party. Seem to know your way around Pennsylvania. People will take a few extra steps for a superior product.
Doesn't belong to someone else?
No. I always get 2. I don't want to share.
Okay. What is your angle?
I've been trying to get to know your team. Not that I'm so important. They talk about you all the time. So I guess I figured a few minutes alone with you shouldn't be wasted.
Just a minute, Bob. I smell creativity.
I love it down here.
So how was the vacation?
He was on assignment.
How much work do you think you got done?
Dictaphone, cocktail napkins, anything that can give me a jump on the Royal Hawaiian?
Had an experience. I don't know how to put it into words.
Oh, so he was working.
I'll tell you the experience. Megan in a bikini.
Mr. Draper, there you are.
What's going on here?
You're taking portraits for publicity. You certainly look snappy. I see you have coffee.
Everything went smoothly.
Joan is too
Welcome
much
back.
woman.
Oh, about your office. I think it's better for the pictures.
I don't agree.
You'll move it back.
So when I left, where was I?
I'll get you the files.
I don't know what's happening with Don. That was weird.
The hell is this?
They're newlyweds.
This couple doesn't exist. Anything matrimonial feels Paleolithic.
Couple of long hairs in love. That'll get that going.
Let's try to trade on the word love as something substantial.
I don't think that's possible in this context.
So why are we contributing to the trivialization of the word? It doesn't belong in the kitchen. You know what I'd love? I'd love a hamburger. We're wearing it out. Leave it where we want it. We want that electric jolt to the body. We want eros. Drug. It's not domestic. What's the difference between a husband knocking on a door and a sailor getting off a ship? About 10,000 volts.
Excuse me?
Let me interrupt.
No, we were just finishing up here. Is this really necessary? I just got back from Hawaii.
You're backlit, so even with the tan, you look like you haven't slept. I want to see the brains behind this operation.
Well, for one thing, I'd be behind the desk, and my desk would be over there.
Just do what you do. That's good.
Ah.
What's wrong? Give me a little front page. You know, hands on the desk, looking for an answer out that window.
What do you want?
I want you to be yourself.
If you ever see me sleeping like that, just assume I'm dead. Okay? Just assume I'm dead. I think it's such a weird way. I had never seen nobody in that position sleeping. Unless they're pretending to sleep like that.
They want me to work today. They need me for the rest of the week. Isn't an agent supposed to call you?
Good news will keep.
You should get some sleep.
How can I? My wife's a big TV star.
Did they exchange lighters?
Why are you eating? Sandy's coming over for lunch.
Second of all, Sandy's not coming over.
Oh, that's a shame. Is she sick?
Sick of being here. She went to Juilliard early.
She did? When?
Did you want her to say a tearful goodbye to you?
Well, frankly, yes.
Consider yourself lucky. She was so stuck up. She kept saying how she really was going to look back on this time fondly.
She did that.
She acts like she's 25 because she uses tampons.
Sally, please. Did she give you her address?
Sally's just, she's grown up so much. All that sass just grows with her.
Pardon me, I'm looking for someone. Could you help me?
Who are you looking for? Oh, she's looking for...
Jonesy.
Mr. Draper, you all right?
He's not feeling well.
Hey, Jonesy.
I didn't see nothing, Mr. Draper.
No. When you died, what did you see? I want to know. I want to know. What did you see when you died?
I don't know. Doc said I wasn't really dead.
I died right there.
So it did happen.
What did you see?
I don't like to think about it. I guess there was a light.
Is it like hot tropical sunshine?
I don't know. Mr. Draper, you should go upstairs.
I'm looking for someone. A girl.
There's lots of chicks coming in and out here.
I've been in the buildings across the street. Are you sure you haven't seen her? May I?
How do you know how? How do you know what a witch's temperature is? Huh? Jeez, man. She's in the slums of New York here. Rats running around? This reminded me of something. These attics. Jeez. How can sex even be on the table in a place like this? Just.
Sandy? Sandy? Oh! I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry to bother you again. This violin, this belongs to the girl I was talking about. Are you sure you haven't seen her?
But I am exhausted from telling people like you I haven't seen people like her. I haven't seen your daughter.
She's not my daughter.
What's her name?
Sandy.
Hey! Anybody seen Sandy? You know how to make goulash. So I've got pork butt, 2 onions, and lentils, which I think is what's in it. Hey, move and turn around.
Well, for one thing, you'll need a pot.
We got a pot.
I feel you, brother. I feel you. On a molecular level, bro. Is she really gonna help him out? That would be nice. Not the most safe environment to be even cooking anything, but or for her to be there.
Did you make it to the memorial? Except for the mess, you're exactly where I left you.
I put in an appearance. I just should have had lunch.
Aspirin?
You?
Well, I pushed Derek's mother down the stairs. They wanted me to radiate evil, so I looked her in the eyes, but I don't know how close the camera was because it was a stuntman in a dress. I'm not sure people want my autograph anymore. So you'll still love me, even if I'm a lying, cheating whore?
I walked behind you on the stairs.
Yeah, that just hit me. What is going on with Dawn? She really out here cooking for these boys.
3 fucking rooms. Where do you think I am?
Smells good.
I made goulash. Hey, Zal, did you make any friends today? Did you run into this chick? What's her name?
Violin belongs to my friend Sandy. Do you know when she'll be back?
Sorry, Blondie, but that violin belongs to me.
I'm looking for her.
Yeah, no, I saw her. She sold it to me. She's trying to get enough bread to go to California.
So where is she now?
Does she owe you money?
No.
Why don't you run along?
Come on, Zal.
Why are you being so rude?
Kills you to be out of control.
Well, someone needs to control this mess.
That's all that's left. What you can't grok is that we are your garbage. You don't want us?
You're not allowed to ask anybody to leave.
The bylaws say if someone is a nuisance or a narc, that shall not be observed.
Excuse me?
I came here because I'm looking for someone that I do want. I did not throw her away.
Yeah, you're a goodie, I can tell. Get $80.
Can I have it?
No, well, that's all they care about. Elizabeth Hofstadt Francis, we don't like your life any more than you do.
You have bad manners. You deserve to live in the street of this pigsty. And I hope you get tetanus.
Hey, it's my violin.
She sold it. I don't believe you.
You want it? I'll give it to you for 10. Gonna learn how to play it.
Because it's so easy.
Yo, W. Oh man, she tore her coat. W. Betty. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give her props when she does great things. You know what I'm saying? I like how she's looking for her. But I don't understand. What I'm not understanding is who is Sandy? Is it Francis' daughter? In no way is Francis' daughter, and he not out here in a manhunt looking for his daughter. There's no way. So it's kind of like weird because I don't understand. Did they just adopt a child between seasons?
We're sorry we had to squeeze in this
It
meeting between
seems
the holidays.
very
We're
genuine
obviously not
and
expecting a full presentation.
Don?
So, Bob Grange and his delightful wife, Patty, saw to our every need, and
Lucky Bob. I tried to get that job, but unfortunately, I got promoted.
well, I've just come back, and there is a feeling that's stayed with me. Well put, but that could be any vacation. This was very, very different. I think we're not selling a geographical location. We're selling an experience. It's not just a different place. You are different. You don't miss anything. It puts you in this state. Air and the water are all the same temperature as your body. Stan?
It's just a sketch.
Hawaiian legend has it that the soul can go in and out of the body, but that it usually leaves from a leeward point into the waves. Hawaii, the jumping off point.
So, what happened to him?
He got off the plane, took a deep breath, and jumped off.
I assume this is a photograph.
4-color. That water is transparent.
Well, I suppose it reminds me a little of the cinema. But mostly, I see James Mason at the end of that movie walking into the sea.
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
He's killing himself. He's going to swim out until he can't swim back.
okay.
That may be a personal association for you, but that's not what this means. The copy is all about the Hawaiian legend. Aloha means hello and goodbye. Thank you.
Where's our hotel? Where's the Pink Palace and Diamond Head? You gotta have Diamond Head in the shot.
Anyone can do that.
I don't agree.
Well, there's no reason we can't tilt the camera up 45 degrees and see the husk of our city dweller on the sand and an arm of the hotel and Diamond Head in the background.
I think people might think, that he died.
Maybe he did, and he went to heaven. Maybe that's what this feels like. Well, heaven's a little morbid. How do you get to heaven? Something terrible has to happen.
We don't want that in the ad.
Of course, there's no doubt this concept itself is merely a jumping off point.
So you want the naked man in the
Is there
ad?
any time left for holiday plans for either of you?
Happy New Year, everyone.
You as well. Does that make you think of suicide? Of course. That's what's so great about it.
Why is this episode so funny, dude? I get where they're coming from, though. Like, it's tough not to think that that person is out, you know?
So, anything new?
You mean except your hair?
I hate it. You're ugly.
Oh, damn.
What happened to you?
Elizabeth Taylor? What have you done with my wife?
You're free
I don't know about this one, bruh.
Just a minute.
So wonderful that we can just stagger downstairs. I might just get undressed in the elevator.
I don't know if I can make it to midnight, but I do know that we're not leaving here until those kids are in bed.
How old are your children?
11 and 7.
Ours is a freshman at Michigan. He didn't even come home.
The house feels empty. Then you get a phone bill.
I think it's time we all took a trip to Hawaii.
We're having such a good time.
It's all set up.
I want to go to Hawaii.
Isn't it incredible?
She has the picture of him giving the lady away, so that might do something to him. Let's see.
I woke up in the morning and Dawn was at a wedding, giving away the bride.
That's romantic. How did that happen?
All right, tell them I'm on my way. I gotta go.
I need cigarettes. I'll walk you down.
It's 1 a.m. in a snowstorm on a holiday on a Sunday. You are never gonna get a cab.
Is he planning to ski to work?
Time to quit smoking. It's a good resolution.
One lucky patient.
The whole life and death thing doesn't bother me. Never has. Guys like us, that's why we get paid. We get paid to think about things they don't want to think about, and I get paid to not think about them. People will do anything to alleviate their anxiety.
It's not really about to ski to the hospital, bruh. He for real, for real. Well, not ski, but you get the point. I'm guessing this is him imagining things again? Or is he cheating again?
Did you read my Dante?
It made me think of you.
I don't know how to take that.
Well, they did hint at him cheating again after the last season. I'm very disappointed. Seriously, I'm with your kind of a friend? Wife?
What do you want for this year?
I want to stop doing
I know.
Well, there you go. Don back to his old ways. Elvis. I'm very disappointed with Don, man. How many seasons did we go? Like 2 seasons? Or was it like... No. It was only 1 season or 2. Yeah, it's 2 seasons, like 4 and 5, right? You. I mean, season 4, he was still... I think he got married in season 4. Right? Or was it season 5? Last season. Nah, I think it was like at the end of season 4 he got married to Megan. Don is back to his old ways. Not happy about that, but we have to push forward nonetheless. You know, that was a bit of a jab there to the face for me, because I've been really rooting for him, you know what I'm saying, controlling the pants activity, you know, controlling the pants activity, and here we are, right back where we started. And they hinted at it at the end of last season. I didn't want to believe it. I did not want to believe it. As a matter of fact, I forgot that they had hinted at that at the end of the season. You know, and here we are, the first 2 episodes of the season. Boom, Don is cheating on Megan, who's been nothing more than sweet to him. You know. But would I dare say that this is because of Megan being gone all the time? This is not an excuse, but I'm taking everything into consideration, because I will never provide an excuse for a cheater. But you have to look at the facts here and kind of see, you know, what could have possibly drove Don into doing these things again when he's been faithful to her this entire time. Like, what made him think of this? You gotta understand something, and a lot of times, and I'm gonna talk about this for a little bit, so bear with me, right? A lot of times when men are in relationships, right? If your woman is not there, if she's not present, if she's not home when you get home, and it's a sparse relationship, as I said, this is not an excuse for cheating, but you can understand if a man tells you, hey, I never see my wife, she's never home, she's always working, or she's always doing this, or she's always doing that, and we never really have time together. That's why I cheat, right? It's not an excuse, but it's certainly understandable why a man would step out of his marriage to sleep with somebody else. It's certainly understandable, right? It's not an excuse. You do not get a pass just because you have a good reason for doing something, right? You can kill somebody and have a very good reason for killing them. That doesn't mean your ass ain't going to jail. Okay? So, the fact of the matter is, a lot of times, you know, the way how I believe God intended it to be, to have those traditional values and the traditional way and how a household is supposed to be. And a lot of people will say that we're living in a different time now. Houses need two income to survive. To a certain degree, I can understand that, right? To a certain degree, I can definitely understand. But also, to another degree as well, a lot of these new age relationships and how things are run now, they don't work out. Mainly because of that aspect I just described. A lot of times when men go out, they come back home, might work at different times or whatever. You don't see your spouse as much as you want to see them, right? Some people might say them being seen each other all the time might not work out. Also, you know what I'm saying, it might not work because they see too much of each other and stuff like that. I don't know many men that would look me in the eye and tell me, if they had to choose, why is my hand red? What the hell? If they had to choose, right, between them coming home while their wife is still at work, and them coming home and their wife is home taking care of the home, taking care of the kids, I don't think there's many men that would look at me in the eye and tell me that they would prefer that they come home and their wife's not home, right? And I understand it's not about what you prefer, is what has to be, because sometimes you fall in love with a woman that's like a worker bee, you know what I'm saying? They want to go to work, they want to work, this and that, and that's cool, but you still got to make up your mind of what you actually want though as a man, right? I was very clear about what I want when I was dating. Very clear about what I wanted and what I wanted to do. And whether or not I met somebody who was, you know, working hard, have a high position in the company, I was prepared to tell them, this is what I want. So if you want to be with me, if you want, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you want to have a relationship with me, this is not something I'm going to hide for you not to be upset about it later. I'm going to let you know that this is my intention. I'm looking for somebody that's more traditional, that's not at work all the time, and all of this other stuff, right? I need somebody that's going to be at home. So if I go to work and come back home, you're there. I explicitly say those things because I don't joke around. I don't date to just date, okay? I date to find somebody special. That's what I date. I date with purpose. And I'm not talking about, I've always done that. That's not something that just happened the other day. That's why I got married so young, because I date with purpose. I don't date just to date, just to have a fling. Like, I don't do those things. I've never done it. I've always had one girl at a time, ever. I've never had a fling with anybody. Anybody that I've had relations with, right, there's always been something that we're looking forward to. Well, yes, we might find out stuff later and we break up, but it's always dating with that intention that this is going long term. And it doesn't always last. It's not what I'm saying. But I've always dated with purpose. It was never for a fling. Oh, we're just going out tonight, enjoying ourselves, whatever. I've never dated in that manner. For a lot of different reasons why I never did that. Because I saw what that lifestyle could bring, right? I saw what that lifestyle could bring. You know what I mean? I wasn't interested in talking to, 5-10 girls at one time. I don't need that kind of stress in my life. Point blank, period. So, as I said, this is not an excuse for Don. I still think he's a piece of shit for cheating. Especially now, again, you're cheating on somebody that's there for you, doing all these things for you. But I can't take away from the fact that Megan has been absent. She has been absent, and yes, she's enjoying this and she's doing this, but you're absent, and it's not what Don signed up for. But at the same time, he doesn't have a right to cheat on her. But you do understand that could have played a part in why he with somebody else that lives in the same fucking building he lives in too. This nigga just, I don't know what to say about him. You know what I mean? So this was incredible, man. Great 2 episodes to start the season. I'm sorry I had to take a break and break up the videos like close to the end of the video. I really had to go. If you saw me, I was shifting a lot. I really needed to go to the bathroom, man. Like, I couldn't hold it any longer. I literally couldn't hold it any longer. And because I'm using Streamlabs I was not able to pause the recording, so I had to cut it off because I didn't want to leave you guys here, you know. If I was in a hurry, like if it wasn't, you know what I mean, if it wasn't like and I got caught up, you know, doing some stuff as well, so it took a while, right, for me to come back, but we're here anyways. So this was a good 2 episodes, man. Glad to see, you know, everybody they show, literally everybody that's in the cast, give us an update on them. The Office is doing great. Of course, Peggy is back, even though I thought last season was going to be her last season on the show, but she came back. They brought her back. Good on her. Everybody, for some reason, all the men now wearing mustache and beards, pretty much. Well, except for Don and, you know, like the main cast, but a lot of these side characters that was here now have full beards and mustaches, and it kind of threw me off a little bit about a couple of them. I'm just like, why? Why? You know? But this was pretty cool, man. I like these episodes. A good opening, not as great as some of the ones before, but this was definitely a good opening to the season. Glad to see everybody back, and Roger finally letting it out, because that's what we do, man. It's a thing. I do it as well, where I will be like as tough as nails when I lose people. Like, you'll never tell me that somebody close to me died in that moment, and that's when I cry. It's always later. It's always later. You know what I'm saying? I remember, like, somebody close to me died, right? Like, really close to me. And it wasn't until like about a week or 2 after the funeral it hit me. Like, it was nuts. I think it was the first time it happened to me, and I realized that I don't know if it's kind of like the simplest thing will happen, and it's like an overwhelming amount of emotion just come over me, and I just gotta let it out. And that's what you saw happen to Roger there, because he was tough throughout it, losing his mom, you know, being strong for everybody and stuff like that. And then he got the news about a complete, well, not really a stranger, because it's somebody that, you know, probably saw every day, shined his shoes, whatever. It's kind of developed some sort of relationship with this person, but he's not family. So I know people are going to ask, like, why did he cry for the shoe man but not his mom's? It's an overwhelming amount of emotion that it's like, okay, this is too much now, and the tears just start flowing, you know. Call it a delayed reaction if you want to, but it happens sometimes. It's happened to me, so I know it's something that's actually possible, that you might not feel that overwhelming amount of emotion to cry in the moment of hearing you've lost a loved one, but it might happen later. You know what I mean? So this is incredible. It's a really good episode, man. I'm thinking of everything that was there, but it was great. It was great. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate y'all, man. Leave a like, leave a comment. Catch you guys for the next one, man. I'm out. Peace.